Hi, this is Nick Dolge, and today I'm going to talk about something very important about the religion, communists, and atheists. There have been a lot of debates regarding this issue, and the Christians try to throw in our faces the fact that they, as they call it, that Stalin was an atheist. And this is why all the atheists are like Stalin or something like that. I want to discuss this issue in some details. I think I know what I'm talking about because I come from a country which was a part of the Soviet Union bloc. I grew up in the USSR, and I've seen what it was like to transition from this communist society to this current society. I've seen what is happening now with the religion, and I know, as far as I know, quite a lot about what happened during earlier years when Lenin was in the power and Stalin was in power. So what happened to my mind is that basically the communists tried to demolish religion, not because they are very pro-scientific and they wanted to instill critical reasoning and critical thinking into people's minds. No, they wanted to create something instead religion. They wanted to create if you wish, their own religion. They actually, if you were in the Soviet Union, if you grew up there, you would be very, very used to seeing portraits of Lenin everywhere. And it was written, Lenin was alive, Lenin is alive, and Lenin will always live. And things like that. So, Lenin, Stalin, and other figures, popular figures in the communist era in the former USSR, were actually equal to prophets, and this society was basically anti-critical thinking. Everybody was required just to believe what he was told by the official propaganda. He was required to believe the official books. He wasn't supposed to question anything. Doesn't it seem a little familiar with something else? So they clearly saw the religion as a competitor for their doctrine. This is why they tried, and they succeeded in many ways, to replace their formal religion with their new quasi-religion. And everybody should have respect, everybody should have unquestioning attitude towards the authorities. And there is also an interesting fact that during the World War II, Stalin realized that there was a little bit, there was a moment when the Nazis were advancing pretty fast, and the military commanders of the Soviet Union were not particularly bright, or they were not particularly concerned with casualties among the people. And they actually threw like thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, barely trained, very, very young guys, barely armed, with very few weapons. They threw into the battles against very heavily armored and very heavily weaponized army of Nazis. And there was a very, very difficult moment for the Soviet Union. And Stalin, exactly at that moment, realized that there was something that could help him make people even more devoted to the state and to fight with more vigor. And he actually reincarnated religion. He used religion as his ally. He collected all the guys that were in the churches, and he made them actually the agents of the KGB and agents of the state. And since then, the church in the Soviet Union began to be one of the institutions of the state. And it's actually not unique to the Soviet Union. In other places, the church and the religion has very often been used as a means to influence people, to make them obedient to the power of the officials. So when you're talking about Stalin, when you're throwing this so-called argument into our faces, just remember that Stalin was trying to construct something very, very similar to another religion. And the God was replaced with the people who were near gods. Look at the North Korea today. They are looking at their leaders as to gods. They believe them. They love them. They cry when they die. They don't know what to do. It's actually the same as like to an atheist. You look at those people and you compare them to the people who believe in an imaginary friend, and they kind of look very similar. In both cases, people don't question everything. In both cases, people just trust, just believe, and just think that they have intimate relationships with, or they think that they are also loved. And it's more the matter of faith. It's more the matter of personal choice. It's not correlated with facts. It cannot be proven, and it's actually the result of propaganda and a result of blind belief, instead of looking at facts, instead of comparing evidence, instead of healthy competition between ideas and different facts. That's what I wanted to talk about a little bit. Please let me know what you think. If you like my video, please make the thumbs up, and see you in the next video. Bye.